In today's video, I'm going to be telling you why you probably want to get the physical version of GTA 6 and not the digital online version that you can just simply download. We'll be talking about the reasons for that and a whole lot more all in this video today. So there was a lot of discussion going on about how GTA 6 is going to have global illumination as well as a ton of other advanced graphical features, and one person ended up saying this: Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to push these consoles hard, but I trust Rockstar that there won't be any major problems. I'm still impressed they got GTA 5 working on a PlayStation 3. It's dated now, but PlayStation 3 had a max 512 megabytes of RAM and it wasn't shared, so CPU only had 256 megabytes and GPU 256 too, LOL. GTA 6 is going to need 16 gigabytes minimum, I think. And Insider Tez Funds 2 said this: Rockstar is known to squeeze out the most of consoles. I still recall how GTA 5's disc ran better on PlayStation 3 because Rockstar streamed the assets from both the disc and the hard drive, rather than streaming solely from the hard drive. Nowadays, we'll see that type of boost from AI upscaling like FSR 2.2, recently added to Red Dead Redemption 2, or PSSR for the PlayStation 5 Pro. So let's go ahead and dive into that. The first thing is, it's really incredible how Rockstar got GTA 5 to work on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I mean, they literally made that at the last breath of those console life cycles before really things jumped to the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. And just to give you an idea, 512 megabytes of RAM is so incredibly tiny, I don't even think you could buy a modern system that has that as an option now. Your minimum is going to be in the gigabytes, with the average probably around 8 to 16 gigabytes, and that's on the average side of things. So Rockstar has a lot more to work with here, but it was interesting to see what happened with Grand Theft Auto 5's disc version on the PlayStation 3. This is an article that goes back to 2 days after GTA 5 came out on September 19th, 2023. GTA 5 on PS3 disc runs noticeably better than the PlayStation Network version. This is what the article has to say. The availability of a downloadable version of Grand Theft Auto 5 on PlayStation Network may offer convenience, but that digital copy runs noticeably worse than its disc-based PlayStation 3 counterpart. So Digital Foundry compared the PlayStation 3 disc version of GTA 5 to the PlayStation Network alternative and found that the downloadable version suffers from pop-in problems for both textures and objects. And in a comparison video, the PlayStation Network version exhibits issues in both cutscenes and gameplay that are absent in the disc-based version. Digital Foundry also found that their initial tests on a PlayStation 3 with an upgraded 500 gigabyte hard drive running at 5,400 RPM, a higher quality drive than the ones in many PS3 units, and when they tried the PlayStation Network version on a launch-era stock 60 gigabyte PlayStation 3 with a newly formatted hard drive, the game's performance took an obvious hit. Going on to say, it seems that the PlayStation 3 disc version of GTA 5 doesn't suffer from these problems because it requires a mandatory installation to the console's hard drive, just like the Xbox 360 version. Streaming content from the installed data as well as from the game disc appears to offer a better experience than having to run the entire game from the hard drive. It remains to be seen whether the Xbox 360 games on demand version of GTA 5, which Rockstar said is on the way, will have the same issues as the PS5 version. And they end by saying, at this point in time, we cannot recommend the digital download version of Grand Theft Auto 5. In all cases, we find that the retail disc game offers the superior GTA 5 experience. And honestly, I feel like that will be the exact same thing with Grand Theft Auto 6. Yes, the digital version is going to offer superiority in terms of its convenience and the ability to essentially preload as much of it as you can. But if I was a betting man, I would say that once again, the physical version of GTA 6 is going to be the superior one in terms of graphical performance and its ability to provide the smoothest gameplay possible. Because it honestly looks like we're coming up on the same scenario here. By the time GTA 6 arrives, hopefully in 2025, and hopefully does not get delayed until 2026, we're going to be on the end of the road, really, for the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S, especially the Xbox Series S. And so maybe having the game as a physical version will help out those older consoles run the game a whole lot better. And again, I think really history is going to repeat itself here. Whatever consoles are next, the PlayStation 6, the Xbox Series Z, I feel like Rockstar will make GTA 6 for that. Then they will ultimately make it for the PC as well. And hopefully by that point in time, those issues will be resolved. But as far as playing it on day one, and probably for the first year or so, it definitely feels like the physical version of the game will be your best bet. And that's because Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be absolutely massive. And one of the things that's going to make it so massive is just the actual world we're going to be playing in. Vice City and the entire state of Leonida. It is going to be absolutely massive. And speaking of that map, I actually saw this posted on the GTA 6 subreddit by user Gyranos, and they've essentially put together a rough concept map combining the latest mapping project and a handful of other concepts, as well as speculation from the first trailer that was put out and the leaks that happened back in September 2022. And this is what it looks like right here. You can see that the colors are a little bit different, same with a handful of the names, but there's also more small towns that have been added and basically more stuff to account for less excessive emptiness. And this is based on the newest mapping project update that includes the panhandle of Florida, or Leonida. So you can see the cities we know, like Vice City and Port Gellhorn, as well as Hamlet and the Red Hill Forest. But there's a handful of other areas that have essentially been put in here as pure speculation. But this really does feel like it is going to be the entire shape of the Grand Theft Auto 6 map. I do personally believe it will look more like the state of Florida than really anything else. And we also know that it's roughly going to be about 2.5 times the size of Grand Theft Auto 5's map. And that's just from what we know so far. There might be other things like surrounding states of whatever Rockstar is going to call fictional Georgia and Alabama, and there could possibly be islands like ones we see in the Caribbean. So long story short, just how massive this game is going to be, and one reason for that is how giant the map is going to be, is just a recommendation that you probably are going to need the physical version of GTA 6 in order to get the best possible version, at least on day one when the game arrives on PlayStation 5. And you could throw some other speculation out there, like will it run better on the PlayStation 5 Pro? You would say yes, but we don't have that console yet. Will it run better on the Series X versus S? Likely. But regardless of what system you play it on, your physical version is probably going to be the best bet for you. But anyways, I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. When Grand Theft Auto 6 gets here, number one, what console are you going to be playing it on? PlayStation or Xbox? And do you plan on getting the physical version, or do you not really care? You like the convenience of the digital download version? Let me know what you think in those comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the GTA 6 videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.